Hello, so this is a quick tutorial on the georeferencing example. So first thing you want to do is obviously use your favorites folder and find the georeferencing data. The file that you're going to need to start off with is called bound around map. So basically that is this. So you're going to want to add this. This is just showing you where basically the map that we're going to georeference, this is where it falls. I just did this to make life easier for you. So when you actually bring in the OSM data, I'm not sure where it's going to be located, but in order to get to the study area, you could do a zoom to layers and it's going to take you right there. The other thing that you want to do is also go to project properties and just make sure that we're set at, we're going to use the WGS pseudo Mercator projection. That's basically the one that OSM is using. And after we georeference, the georeference file can be changed to another projection, so it's not something you need to really worry too much about. So if you can't find this one, you could do 3857. It'll show up, hit apply, hit OK. So once you're oriented and you have this study area, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to raster georeference. And from here, we need to open our raster image, so you can click here. So our raster image is the one that we want to georeference, which is that historical map. So I have one called crop is the one that we're going to use. And this is what it looks like. So we're going to want this file to kind of overlay onto the street so that we can see this on top of the modern day. So let's start off with some of our settings. We're going to go ahead and set this at polynomial 1. That's the amount of pulling and stretching it's going to do. It's a possibility that we may move this to 2, but we're going to leave it at 1 for now. You're going to name your output raster. I'm going to call this version 3. You're going to save the GCP, the ground control points, and you're also going to load into QGIS when you're done, so make sure you click on that. The other thing to double check is just to make sure that your projection is the same that we just set. If you need to change it, you'll have to click this button here, and then again pick 3857. And then you can go ahead and hit OK. So when you're setting up control points, we want to find places on this paper map that match up with places on the real world map. So basically we're going to pick sort of intersections. So you can pick, the corner of Spruce and 23rd, for example, or you can pick the corner of Spruce and 24th, and you're going to want them spread out. So we're going to add probably 6 or 7 points, and we're likely going to do, let's say, 24th and Spruce, 24th and South Street. So this is South Street down here after Lombard. And then we're going to do Broad and Spruce, and then Broad and South, and then we'll pick a couple of points in the middle somewhere. Okay, in order to get started, you want to orient yourself with both maps. So let's say we go ahead and do the corner of these maps. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with 24 and Spruce. So I'm getting the corner here. So in a minute, I'm going to drop a control point here. And then on this map, we want this one ready as well. So that's 24th Street and Spruce. So we want to be able to click right in that spot. So what you're going to do is click the Add Point button. And then you're going to click here. And then on this map, you're going to click here. Same location, different map. So after you get the first one, then you'll go ahead and get the second one. In order to do that, we're going to go down to South Street and 24th. So for the second point, again, just to repeat myself, you want to be at the corner of 24th and South on both maps. So this is the 24th and South here. So we hit this button from Map Canvas, and then we hit here. Hit OK, and then we can see now we have two points added. And again, you can see them. The 2 points we added are just the red dots here. So we're going to go over to the corner of Broad and South. So on this map, we're going to go right around here. So I need to orient this map and get it ready to go. So this is Broad Street and South. So I'm going to put it right around here. So what we'll do is just drop it closer to the building from Map Canvas, and then we hit OK. So now we have 3 points. We're going to go up to the corner now of Broad and Spruce. So we're going to drop one right around here. And there's Spruce Street and Broad. So we're going to end up putting one right there. So we can click the Add Point button, keep it sort of closer to the buildings. From Map Canvas, hit OK. So now we have a total of 4. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to look at this study area here, and we're going to end up putting something in the middle somewhere. We'll put 2 points, because remember we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we can go ahead and try 20th. So let's set up for 20th and Spruce. That's 20th, and then right there. And then on this map, we need to get prepared. And that's 20th Street and Spruce. So we want to zoom in. We're going to put one right around here and right there. So we do Add Point from Map Canvas, add another point, hit OK. So there is our 5th, and then what we'll do to keep this consistent is we're going to go down to 20th and South. And we're going to put one right there. That's 20th and South right here. We hit the Add button from Map Canvas. Hit OK. So it seems like we're in really good shape right now. We've got 6 total. I was thinking of putting one in the middle somewhere. So maybe we can do Lombard and 20th. So we'll put one right there maybe. Lombard and 20th. And we're right there. So Lombard and 20th is right here. So we'll just do this in the middle somewhere. And then one right here. So I'll talk about residuals in class, but we're in really good shape right now. These are really low. You don't want them to be high. Yeah, let's see. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm thinking we can do something maybe like 17th and Pine or something. I mean, generally you do want to, if you had a lot of time on your hands, you could put like 12 in, would probably do a really good job. Okay, so Pine and 17th. So here's 17th, and that's Pine right here, runs along there. So if we zoom in here, that's Pine and 17th. And then that's Pine and 17th. So we want to zoom in here. And then one here. And then one here. And then hit OK. So we've got 7 so far. And I think what I'll do is one more and then we'll call it a day. So let's see what we have on the other side of the map. They're supposed to be generally evenly distributed. If you had them all in one spot, you could kind of pull the map and distort it too much. So I'm thinking maybe like Pine and 22nd or something like that. So here's Pine Street, that's 22nd. So Pine and 22nd's right there. So let's do Pine and 22nd. So we add point. Yeah, we're in good shape. Okay, so let me zoom back out and we can see all the points that I've added. And then when we're ready to go, you check, our settings were set, polynomial 1, nearest neighbor. I called it version 3. We're going to save the points. So the nice thing about saving the points is you could use them again, or you can do a better job later. So if you don't do the greatest job and you want to kind of make the map even a little bit closer to what it's supposed to be, you can go back and do it. And then we hit OK. And then you're going to basically this little side triangle area to start georeferencing. And it's going to add the map when it's done to your QGIS project. So what you can do, obviously it's hard to, even if you toggle, it's hard to tell what's happening. We can go ahead and hit properties on the layer and you can make it transparent. So let's make it like close to 50 somewhere. And then you can get a good idea of how you're doing. So there's Lombard on the paper map. And then South Street looks like I've done a pretty good job. So you just kind of look at the blocks. Do they line up? They're not going to be perfect because maps were created, when there wasn't complex survey equipment and aerial photography and all that. But this looks pretty good. It's pretty close. So you can see the corners of the blocks are pretty close. Now, if you wanted to get it even closer, you'd have to add more points, right? We added 8. You might want to double it, and you would probably be able to kind of stretch and pull the map. So you can see here it's a little off. But again, this could be the historical nature of the map. What I'm looking at also is just do the streets run along the streets, like Pine runs along Pine. Right, this handwritten is the old historical map. So we're in good shape. So that is it for georeferencing. The next step we're going to do, which I'll show you in another video, is we're going to digitize the map. I do want to add that this version 3 map will have, it becomes a TIFF file and you can save it basically. It's like the file you can open up, you could close QGIS, open it back up, and the georeferencing information will still be with the file. Thanks.